This episode of the Off-Road Podcast is sponsored by Warren Medical Gear Outfitters and Colby Valve.
Off-Road Podcast, episode 371, This or That.
Tonight, Jeremy takes off a little paint, Ben gets lost at the rodeo, and Coy gets buzzed, and Aaron gets a roof over his head.
I don't know. All of a sudden, it just disappeared. My volume disappeared on that. Oh,
Well,
what happened? Technical
Ben
difficulty.
can cut in later.
Yeah. Oh, man. Better write this one down. Welcome to the Off-Road Podcast, a podcast about everything off-road. We cover the news, review products, and interview people in the off-road industry. Your hosts tonight are Aaron, Coy, and my name is Jeremy. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Coy, back for probably about the 100th time at this point, but still learning. The Weekend Review is brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to have a casualty on the trail? Check out medicalgearoutfitters.com to get straightened out. Medical Gear Outfitters has everything you need, whether you're going out for the day or traveling on a year-long expedition. Head over there to get off-road specific kits that meet all of your needs. And while you're there, make sure you use Off-Road Podcast for 10% off.
We got Van City Adventures in the comments saying, hey. And we've got Tim making fun of Coy again, per usual.
I was going to say, Tim's here. You don't have to say any more than that. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, if Tim's here, we know what the comments are.
You know what I just found out's amazing? How I'm drinking this super healthy water right now.
Yes. Before the show, I swear that was a yellow liquid. How did it change to clear?
Green screen, baby.
That's pretty amazing. Oh,
I'm gonna start getting some of that green beer, and I can just be hammered on the show, just pounding back beers, and look like I'm just chugging water because I'm.
Yeah, you're just so hydrated.
Yeah, gotta drink your body weight divided by 10 in ounces of water per day.
Just get a green cup, and then nobody will ever. They'll just see you doing
it.
I've done that before. It's not as cool as you think.
Okay.
I got some green like opera gloves so that then the cup would just float up and pour into my mouth randomly. It was pretty good.
Tim says, speaking of Fords and this show topic, I once found a Centurion on Facebook Marketplace, but my wife wouldn't let me buy it. Are you talking about like the upscale, like F350 with a Centurion package? It was just kind of like a outside fun stuff and velour seats inside and some map lights. I think that's what those Centurions were. Oh, the 4-door Bronco one. Okay, that's totally different. I forgot that they also did that. Yeah.
Oh, you found a sunset package, like 77 to 79 Bronco? That what he's talking about?
His wife wouldn't let him buy it.
Dude, that's sad.
Yeah.
Those are like going straight to the moon in value right now.
I bet they are. Make sure you tell that to your wife too, Tim. Happy Labor Day to you too, Chad. Thanks for joining us tonight. So Medical Gear Outfitters, I didn't injure myself. You guys don't look injured. Ben's not here, so he's probably using his first aid kit right now.
He'll probably use it at the rodeo.
The rodeo.
On himself. Is his kids gonna dig him a pit this time or what?
That's usually how that goes. Yeah. Cool overland shovel. Let me give it to my kids.
This week.
I finally got the metal roofing down on my shop like I said I was going to do. I don't have the ridge cap on. I can't put the ridge cap on until I put the gable trim on. I can't put the gable trim on until I get the siding on. So I got to get cooking on that because I don't want to leave the ridge open and let it collect water up there. So going to get that taken care of. And then I did some work on my wife's F-150 with the EcoBoost to change the plugs. I don't have any pictures this time, Tim. I didn't want to take a picture of it without the ridge cap, so I wanted to get a finished photo. So I didn't take a drone shot this week. Changed the plugs, the serpentine belt, and the air filter on my wife's F-150 for the 100,000-mile service. And it had a little bit of a shudder to it at idle when we were sitting at stoplights, and now it's purring like a kitten. So I'm hoping that our fuel economy also gets better with this plug change. So, yeah. How about you, Coy? Have you done anything off-roady lately?
I went camping last weekend, not like real camping at a state park at the coast for my family reunion. So, my wife ordered us a big generator. So
How big is big?
8700 surge and 75.7. I don't remember what it was.
I-
Running.
Is
So
that
you cheaped out.
go to campgrounds and just run it all night long?
I wish. Yeah, we ended up getting that one. I wanted a smaller one that seemed like a better brand, but she did some research and she said this WEN brand of generator. It's the Shindilly Shin, and it had everything she wanted. So, yeah, that's
So
what I got.
when it breaks down,
I'm gonna hold my tongue for now. I like to wait till after, because maybe I don't want to put a curse on it. And of course, the whole time she's like, "What do you think? Is this the one? This the one I should buy?" I'm like, "You like that one? I already told you which ones I wanted." She wanted one that could run our well, had enough power for 240. I wanted like a 5,000 inverter generator, so it could just kind of run everything in the house, but not the well. But
yeah.
And then I've been really diving into looking at getting some new tires.
Yeah, like half tempted, or
no, I'm like I'm on the road there. Like I need to get them before end of October, and inflation has hit tires pretty good. Like
yeah,
I'm not really finding anything I want for under 300. It's all at $300 a tire. The ones I really wanted, the Interco Truxas MTs, was like, okay, these ones I'm getting, they're like 500 each, just straight up.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on at Interco. Their tire prices, they're always more, but they're like crazy high. So,
And that's for 35s, not for 40s or 42s.
yeah, 35s.
Yeah.
So, I honestly really wanted the Yokohama XMT, and I was just hoping that they would actually make them in a 16 by now, but they're holding out at 17. They don't care about the real off-roaders that would actually like, rims that are appropriately sized for off-roading, but whatever. We'll just forget about us. So if anybody knows, I want an off-road tire and an MT. Snow performance is my number one goal. But yeah. So if anybody has some good experience with something different, so I'm kind of looking at the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss right now. Seems like the only affordable one that I like.
This reminds me of the Tiger King meme where it says, "I'm never going to financially recover from this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeremy?
Well, I haven't really done anything off roady, but since it's Labor Day, I labored away. That's what my mom used to always tell me Labor Day was for doing work for your parents. Did your guys tell you that same lie?
Ooh, wow. No. But I'm going to use it on my kids.
Yeah.
I might be able to pull that one with my kids, but with my dad, like every day was labor. It was old school. So it's just like, oh, you don't want to work? Backhand,
No, I had to strip some paint off my back deck and then off the railing and then repaint it. So that's what I was doing all today. In the car realm, we let my sister-in-law borrow my wife's Subaru Crosstrek in Seattle, and it's a stick, and so now we need a new clutch. It's getting pretty windy. It's definitely at the end of the travel on the pedal now. And
Ouch.
the way my wife told it, you could smell her a block away.
Oh no.
Her up. So
Well, you might as well have do head gaskets while they're in there.
No. It's past that.
yeah. Anyway, so that goes in on tomorrow. We're taking it in. But
Are you just having them put a new clutch in, or are you gonna have them like check it or anything?
We'll probably just have them put a new clutch in. It's also been popping out a third gear occasionally. So it was about time to get it in anyway.
I don't think a new clutch is going to fix your third gear issue.
I know, but we're bringing it in to fix the third gear issue and get the clutch replaced, or at least checked out. But I think
should have bought the CVT. Should have bought the CVT. Think of all the money you would have saved.
I know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So she never gets to borrow our car ever again.
Does she know why?
We'll tell her eventually.
That's the tough thing with family, man.
Yeah.
By the way, you just cost us $1,200.
Right.
Yeah.
But she did know how to drive stick. She didn't learn like as she left your house.
Correct. She's driven a stick before, but I don't know what the heck she was doing. And here's the real dumb thing. Like, I could kind of understand it if it wasn't as new of a vehicle as it is, but it's got the start assist, so it like holds the vehicle in place for you to make a nice gentle.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't roll back. It locks the brake.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know how she did that in Seattle with that, but
yeah.
She was.
Chad says no Christmas.
But
Chad says no Christmas for her.
Give her a bill for Christmas.
Give her the old clutch for Christmas.
Yeah.
Make sure you ask for that back and wrap it up.
All the clutch plates and everything.
It's going to stink so bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. I like it. I'll vacuum seal it until then so it locks in the smell.
Ooh, locks in the freshness.
Yes. It's well seasoned at this point.
Yeah. We also want to thank our sponsor, Patriot Patch. Head over to patriotpatch.co and check out their selection of great patches, shirts, cleaning mats, signs, and stickers. You can also join the Patch of the Month Club for $15 and receive a patch, matching sticker, and artist proof each month. Speaking of patches, Coy, did you got an off-road podcast patch anywhere?
Not within arm's reach.
Not within arm's reach. But you got one though?
Yes,
you got one like yeah?
Or I did.
Yeah. You got
and
one, Jeremy?
No. I haven't got
And you've got the limited release Lumen Locker patch. You got one of those too, Coy?
I got one of those too. It's super awesome. Actually, I'm pretty sure if I remember, I opened the Chinese packaging and got it out. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So
It
I'm
glows.
showing them here on the screen. Yeah. So I just
glow in the dark from here.
I just wanted to rub that in to Jeremy a little bit more since he still doesn't have one. So
has my address too.
There's one glowing in the dark in Ben's hands there.
Well, I hear they've been losing out on shipping a lot lately, so you're gonna have to kick Aaron a couple bucks to ship that. Like, address is only half the equation. Got to pay somebody to get it there.
It's the handling portion, the shipping and handling. Yeah. So
we're about to hit you with a restocking fee if you don't come get it here.
15%. Whap.
Wait.
Yeah.
The shipping fee too?
Everything. The total sale. The total sale.
The whole enchilada.
I mean, honestly, if you wait more than another month or so with inflation, we're gonna bump the prices up, and you're not locked in.
Yeah.
That's true. The prices aren't locked in either. Yeah. Yeah.
Have tire troubles ever left you deflated? Colby Valve has got you covered. Ever have a valve stem leak? Colby Valve makes reusable and easily replaceable valve stems that don't require you to remove your tire from the wheel. They work with your off-road rig, ATV, side-by-side, commuter vehicle, or even your tractor. Never be left stranded again because of a busted valve stem. They also have a tire repair kit for those punctures that keep you away from doing your favorite thing, wheeling. Make sure to check out colbyvalve.com or ask for them at your local off-road products store.
Well, thank you, Colby Valve, for sponsoring our news section here. Our first news story is from Motor Trend, and it is about the 2024 Rivian R1X. Look at this bad boy. What do you guys think about that?
Yay, an electric Cherokee. If you hold your hand up and block the front and just look at the back half of it, it looks just like a new Cherokee back end.
It does.
I thought it looked like an Audi wagon on the back end, honestly. This looks like a lifted Audi wagon to me.
Okay, if you look at this middle, it's what size are those tires?
They're 235 rendered 15.
On Jeep rims, on
Yeah.
Wrangler rims.
They are on Wrangler rims. You're right.
I have a feeling it's doesn't really look like this at all.
Yeah, well, so it says that it is a slightly shorter version of the it's a slightly shorter 2-row SUV version of the R1S, which is a 3-row version. So, and the spy shots indicate that it has a fastback roofline. So, I don't know how fast the fastback will be, but that's what they're saying. So, Motor Trend also said, our Rivian sources tell us the company is hard at work building a rally-inspired performance SUV designed to be as capable as a Wrangler and Defender off-road and as quick as a Cayenne Turbo on pavement. So this thing apparently is going to be as good as a Wrangler. They don't say which trim level. I mean, it might be like the base of the base with the worst engine, but
Yeah, but I mean that's still a high bar to
So
But-
actually, if you
that.
somewhere on here, it has this will be coming with a newer, better engine, the Gen 2 or whatever, house-made electric motors.
yeah, it says that it's going to have new motors and new batteries, and the new motors are built in house. The new motors feature carbon sleeved rotors, which allow them to spin at higher RPM and develop more power. It should have 1,200 horsepower and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, which should be about enough.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna be honest. I've been working in Lake Oswego, which is a really nice part of the Portland Metro. Unaffordable for most of us. I couldn't afford the property taxes there, much less the house payment. And
Mhm.
I have been seeing a lot of the Rivian trucks up per close, and I like them more and more. Man, they look good.
Really?
Oh yeah,
It's growing
they look
on.
really good. They're a lot smaller than you think. I
Yeah.
don't understand the brakes on them are massive. Just these beast mode brakes. Which
Hmm.
usually on electric cars they have smaller brakes because the electric motor can brake. I'm not sure why, but
Yeah.
I'm really digging Rivians lately.
Eric is asking what I think of the light bar. I think it is horribly photoshopped is the first thing I think, but I like lights, so I'm all for it. But I do
I hope
wonder
Baja
how
Design sues them over this picture.
that would be great. But these are probably a Chinese knockoff. They're Chaha design.
Still.
I do wonder about these electric vehicles. You see them driving down the road with all of their lights on in daytime, and I'm thinking, doesn't that like use doesn't that cut down on how many miles you can drive? So I don't know.
Probably not LED.
I mean, they use less, but it's still using something.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And then it's got a winch on the front, and I was thinking about this. you winch one too many times
Yeah.
and you can't drive home. Don't get yourself very stuck.
Yeah, that's
Good.
the problem. How many miles do you lose when you winch, let's just say
Uh,
20 feet?
I would say a lot because they tell you to leave your vehicle running while you winch because it drains the battery down that quickly.
Yeah. Huh.
But
Something
on a regular vehicle, you winch, and a lot of times your headlights will dim, and you can hear the motor kick up. With that winch, unlimited power.
That's true. Yeah, it'll never dim.
Like you stop winching when you see smoke coming off of it.
Yeah. So it's going to be on sale Q4 of 2023. Someone wrote in here, I'm assuming this is Koi, that delivery will be 2028. That's pretty funny.
that's what I think.
Oh, Eric, that's awesome. Yeah, gas powered winch. That would be hilarious. It's got a little two stroke. You got to mix the gas and oil before you pour it in. Yeah, pull start it, and it's just like smoking all over the place. Yeah, that would be funny. So, $115,000 is what they think it's going to start at. So, I don't know. I mean, I'd drive it. I think it's pretty cool looking. I'd absolutely overland in that thing.
So this is going to come in the same price as a Raptor RR, about.
Probably.
Yeah.
After dealer markup. Yeah.
Well, moving on to the next article. During some, would you call them practice runs? I don't know that you call it practice runs. I'd say maybe learning sessions.
Yeah, this would be a learning session because if they're practicing, they're doing it wrong.
So for the Trans Global Car Expedition, so that's an expedition that's planning to go pole to pole vertically. So they want to circumnavigate the world, not the way that most people circumnavigate the world when they think about it.
When they say circumnavigate, that makes me think that they start at one pole, go to the next, and then end up at the first pole again. Because that means yeah, you'd have to go all the way around.
Yes, but anyway, they were doing some training, I guess I'll say, up in Canada and in the Arctic, and they lost a vehicle. So there was one of their Arctic trucks, AT-44, which is a modified F-150, fell through the ice in the Tasmanian Islands. You can see it there on the bottom of the ocean. Ironically, it stated that it had 44-inch flotation tires, which is not flotation. I mean, obviously that's for snow, not for losing the vehicle in the water. But anyway, they were still able to complete their crossing. So this happened back in March, and they were finally able to go in and recover it. So in order to recover the vehicle, they needed to use some divers to attach some floats and then float the vehicle up and then hook it up to a helicopter and lift it out of the ocean. I imagine that was a pretty hefty recovery fee.
So maybe there's a typo or something, but it happened in Canada, and you mentioned the Tasmanian Islands. Those are like just south of Australia. I'm wondering if there's a typo in the article or in our whatever. So I don't think it happened in the Tasmanian Islands. I don't know if they get
there's
snow there.
Islands in Canada called the Tasmania Islands.
Is there really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different than the island of Tasmania, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. It's up in Nunavut. Look at that. How can two places so different be named the same?
Probably the same white guy that found them both. Mr. Tasmanian.
He was a devil, as they say.
Yeah, he was not a nice guy.
He also discovered that animal.
Yeah. Worked for Disney as well.
Go ahead, Coy.
I feel like they should invest it. You ever seen those rafts where you like pull pull lever and it like, explodes open. What if we had like floats, something like that, but a long float like in the slider. So we pull it, just boom, boom. We pop out 2 giant inflatable bags on each side of the truck. Saying if you're doing a lot of ice crossing, maybe it's something we should look into. And you could probably sell these to the overlanders anyways.
The overlanders would totally buy them.
Yeah, it'd be like an airbag, but for your truck when you're going in the water.
Maybe
Yeah.
already developed that, and he's going whitewater rafting in his Forerunner.
That's possible. So they actually have auto inflating ones for like life preservers that you wear. It's just real small ones that you wear in a boat, and somehow they know that when you get in the water they auto inflate. So you could even have auto inflating ones. Just don't splash through too big of a puddle.
Yeah.
It auto inflates while you're at the mall going through a big puddle.
Yeah, I'd be out in the middle of nowhere and open the door of the truck and be taking a leak there behind the door, and also boom, I'd be
Wham!
there.
Yeah. Bruised. Heavily bruised. Yeah.
But yeah, those are pricey trucks to lose in that way. So the price for those they're made by Arctic Trucks, and so they're $75K plus the donor vehicle.
That's not as expensive as I would think, with how heavily modified I would expect them to be.
Yeah.
See, I looked into it. They're not as heavily modified as you think they are, though.
Really?
Yeah, they have a different they have like a transmission and transfer case out of like the 200 series Land Cruiser. And then like they build like massive subframe drops and stuff to fit these tires. Like the suspension is not nearly as cool as any kind of desert running thing we have in the States. But I think a lot of the price comes from like making it so it'll run at minus 75 or whatever.
Yeah. I guess so. I assumed there'd be a lot more work going into them than apparently what there is. So, yeah.
Yep. And so the planned circumnavigation is taking place in 2024. It's supposed to be like an 18-month journey.
Nice. That'll be a neat one. We'll have to follow that. Maybe we can see if we can get them on too.
Go prepared with Warren Industries. They produced the first recreational winch in 1959 and lead the industry with their dedication to quality and reliability. When you dig yourself in deep, make sure you have the right tools to get yourself out. Get Warren equipped and go where others can't. Now, let's get ready for adventure and head into our main topic.
Well, this week our main topic is titled This or That, which might be confusing, but what we're going to do is we're going to run through a different kind of like Marketplace Madness, where we've got the different price structure, but we're going to pick 2 vehicles in that to kind of compare and contrast and pick which one each one of us individually likes better and for what reasons. And we were going to start off at the $0 to $7,500 mark. And what's sad is I just made this list today, and I was really cautious about where I pulled my stuff from, but I got both of these 2 off of Craigslist, and by the time the show started, they're both gone. So they must have not been dupes. They must have absolutely been deals. They sold. So
well, you have a pretty good description written down here. Can we still do it without pictures? Just kind of go for it.
Unfortunately, not on these 2. We could talk about these 2. Let's talk about them. So the first one is a 98 Jeep Cherokee, which is almost near the very end of the run of those Cherokees. And this one is a 2-door, which I got a soft spot in my heart for those. Kenwood head unit with Bluetooth amp and subwoofer, rough country seat covers that are heated, roof rack, lift kit, 31-inch tires, 156,000 miles. Runs and drives as it should. Paint is in fair condition, clean title in hand. And that one was, I think it was at $7,500. And same with this Land Cruiser. This
I
Land
give him
Cruiser
eight if he
was-
takes off the rough country seat covers.
The Land Cruiser, same. It was the same exact price as a Cherokee. I think they were actually both $7,000. So 91 total Land Cruiser. So this would be a 80 series. Says, let's get the bat out of the way. The cat was stolen and the O2 sensor cut, so the check engine light is on and it's painfully loud. Has mismatched fender and hood, some dents all around, power steering leaks. The good, 160,000 miles. Has differential lock button, new 31-inch BFG all-terrains, new wheels, third row seating. This thing is awesome to camp and will go anywhere. Storage rack, aftermarket stereo with navigation, brand new steering box, title in hand, and it says Toyota 3FE engine that will run forever. So just reading these, the Land Cruiser's the win. You throw a cat in and it's good to go. Until you see the pictures, and the Land Cruiser is beat inside and out. You know, up in Alaska every year they do that thing where they shoot those vehicles off the cliff and they just kind of go soaring through the air. And then I think that they got this Land Cruiser from the bottom of that cliff. That's probably where its cat actually went. They took it off before they shot it over so they could at least get some value out of the rig.
When they say some dents, they don't just mean some dents.
They mean
Yeah.
some not dented spots.
Some not dented spots, and there was some really bad paint on it, like really bad paint.
Like rattle can camo.
No, but like when it said mismatched fender and stuff, it was mismatched with spray paint on it. If I remember.
I mean, could we just get some Desert Tan Rhino liner and just hit this whole thing though, and then just run it forever?
School bus yellow Desert Tan? Yeah. You could.
Baby poop yellow desert tan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's a
Throw-
win, right?
Throw a test pipe in it and it's a win.
So
But when I went back and looked, go ahead.
I have to laugh that this came out of Portland. Yeah, the cat.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just,
Yes. And yes.
Are they not stealing catalytic converters in Seattle, or
wow. I mean, they are, but I don't know. You don't hear.
I heard they were
near my.
I heard they were switching people's clutches out in Seattle.
Oh, they will be doing that.
They're stealing good clutches and putting old ones in.
put in a new smokeless one?
So when I went back and looked at the Cherokee, and I went through the pictures, and it was like in immaculate shape. The paint was amazing, and the interior looked showroom condition. So it was in really, really nice shape. The thing that concerns me is it says runs and drives as it should, which makes me think, yeah, Jeeps with this many miles have these driving issues. Maybe that's what they're saying. I don't know. But
So it's like, do you want to drive this old beat up Land Cruiser and wheel it all over and have a good time, or would you like to wait for a tow truck and a nice, comfortable interior? Like,
I don't. I personally probably would have picked the Cherokee in this situation. I feel like the Land Cruiser owner probably didn't do any maintenance on the vehicle. By the way things looked inside and out on it, it probably translated over to the maintenance. And if the Cherokee owner took care of his maintenance as nice as he took care of his vehicle, then maybe, I don't know. Just a wild thought there. So it's hard on this one because we don't have pictures. So I blew it, guys. I should have screenshotted those photos or something, and I didn't think it was
You were going to.
I didn't think it was necessary because I was like, I just got it today. I didn't do it a week in advance. I got them today. The ad was up 4 hours ago. We should be good. So anyways, so do you guys have any final thoughts on those?
No, I mean, I definitely was going to pick the Land Cruiser, but I think now I'm probably with the Jeep too, once you described them.
Yeah. Some dents all around.
with the description, it's hard for me because Land Cruisers are actually going up in value, and Cherokees, they just become more disposable.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, at a certain point, you got to pile so much money into a Land Cruiser. Like you got to change every body panel and redo the whole interior. You could have just bought a nice one, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought they were both pretty fitting. They're from the same era. They both had 31s. Anyways. All right, let's jump into the next category. This one is a little bit different. We went with side by sides for this. So we're $7,500 up to $20,000. So Jeremy, if you could pull up pictures of these, they're both 2015 Polaris Razor 1000s, which is just kind of how that turned out. So I'll read the first one. It says Desert Edition, one owner, excellent condition. Started as Desert Edition and then upgraded. Includes loads of spares and tools. The second one, okay, so here's the first one.
That's a sharp looking razor. I love it.
Click on the photo. It should make the photo a little bit bigger, Jeremy.
Ah, yes.
There we go.
Perfect.
So it's got aftermarket seats. It's got big door pockets. That hose behind the seat makes me think it even has the things that blow into your helmet. It's got a Lowrance GPS.
This one's set up.
And it's not running the regular side-by-side tires anymore. He's got like the full-on. They're still side-by-side tires, but they're like a truck tire, like a desert race tire.
With an ARB compressor. I don't know which type, but
I would assume a single.
probably.
Big spare tire,
Yeah.
lithium battery. I'm not sure what that is. Just a lockbox, maybe. By the way, these are the BFG KR2s, I think, which is an off-road racing tire made by BFG is what they use in a lot of their desert racing stuff.
Some
Light bar facing backwards, remote Fox shocks.
So they have the chaser bar. This thing's pretty well set up for
18 grand.
Know you're legit if you got those chase lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are those bead locks even?
Yeah.
Full skids.
Those are bead locks.
Method.
Yep.
Method bead locks.
So you got some protection for the muffler.
Yeah, it looks like it's an aftermarket SLP exhaust.
Yep.
So
I'm sold. I'm ready to take this home. Like I want it.
yeah.
What are we waiting on?
Tried the second one.
So the second one, same exact rig, set up a lot differently. This one has 800 miles on the motor and the Razor. I'm not sure why they don't just say 800 miles on it. It's got the Super ATV lift kit, 10-inch, Rhino 2.0 axles, 20-inch
Florida
rims.
Wait. Just say
Holy Florida man, Batman.
yes.
20-inch rims. It's got 4-inch portals and 10-inch lift, by the way. Custom cage, stainless exhaust, power commander, custom graphics, sound bar, winch, snorkel, new plugs, new pump. I'm not sure why they need a new fuel pump after 800 miles. It says needs nothing, has been adult ridden and owned, stored indoor, never has been rolled or crashed, clean title in hand, extremely clean, over 33,000 invested.
So I know you would think I would immediately pick the other one, but I have corn that I need to spray out here. So I'm going to set this up. I don't even know. This is a specific terrain and location that guys build these like these. And that is not where I live. We do not build these and do ridiculous mud pits and just ruin things. But
Eric says he looks like it would roll over if you pushed it. I just don't know. They're wildly different builds. They're exactly the same price, $19,000 each. One's made for desert running, and this one's made for bounty holes, I guess. Coy, I got to tell you, there's a lot more women in bikinis at the bounty holes than there are in the desert running.
I've noticed that from the videos myself. That I'm not usually allowed where the women in bikinis are, so it really
true.
doesn't
It's true.
make a difference.
It's true. Yeah.
Like I live in
This
Oregon,
one-
so I can find women in bikinis all over the place in small buildings, and I can pay them to pay attention to me. And no, I have no want to do that. So
good. I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we got that on air. So, I do want, because I don't know anything about side by sides. This one looks not like it's thrown together. It looks like it's well built. It says it's got portal axles. I mean, I'm not a fan of the wheels and tires on this thing. So could you take a little bit of lift out of it and change the wheels and tires and have like an absolute rock crawling monster? I don't know. It's also got remote reservoirs and all kinds of stuff on it.
could I take
Or is-
all that stuff off? Because he said he had 33 grand into it. Sell it for like 18.
and
Well,
buy
I
a
mean-
second one?
The
Throw
price,
stock stuff back on this.
the price of the side by side was probably like $27K. So
I can't imagine though if I don't think so. I mean, even if he bought this side by side for 20,000 used, I don't think for 13,000 you could do that much work to that thing. And he said that he had it done in a shop, I think. Is that no, I guess this one doesn't say where he had the work done, but
I mean, there's a clear winner.
okay.
And
Yeah, that second one just sickens me. I mean, I get that
Okay, good.
there's a niche market and location for that, but I could actually take this and use it today.
Yeah.
This other one.
This one's pretty dope, and for 19 grand, I feel like there is an incredible value with this one.
yeah, indeed.
All right. Well, that one was too easy. That one was way too easy. I'm going to throw a hard one at you guys. So the next dollar range is 20,000 to 60,000, and we've got a pair of Ford E350 4x4 vans, and they're both white. So this one's going to be tough. I'm not going to read through all of the things in them. I'm just going to mention some highlights here. The 2003, so it's the other one is a 2007, so it's 4 years older. It says interior frame was built with steel tubing to avoid things rattling loose over time. I guess sometimes people just mount cabinets directly to the interior, so this apparently helps with that. Spray foam insulation, interior information, blah blah blah. 200-watt solar panels. Let's see here. Nobody cares about these lights. Huge storage in back. All lights and electronics run off of a Goal Zero Yeti 1000 lithium-ion battery. Front has a Dana 60 with 355 gears, Fox 2.0 shocks. It's on 35-inch KO2s. Custom bumper with 12,000-pound winch. Custom rear bumper. It's got a roof rack up top, and he has receipts for everything. Is legitimate, capable off-road machine. The last thing to mention is that this truck has a 7.3 power stroke. The next one,
195,000 miles.
okay, good. I'm glad I didn't get that in my notes, so thanks for getting that. The next one has 185,000 miles, so 10,000 miles less, 4 years newer. It has the 6-liter power stroke engine. It says the motor has the EGR deleted and is tuned. Runs strong. Don't tell the government that it's tuned. Shift smooth. New turbo, water pump, alternator, radiator, several other odds and ends. Garage kept. Serviced at a Ford dealership. It's got the U-joint off-road 4x4 conversion with a 6-inch lift. This has 410 gears, so this will crawl a little better. Also 35-inch BFG KO2s. Fox 2.0 shocks on this one as well. Fiberglass, high top, heavy duty roll cage that can support the weight of the vehicle if it flips over. Never thought about that. It has an awning. Let's see here. Full kitchen. This has a 2000 watt inverter with a 200 amp hour battery. Solar system. It doesn't say how big the panels are in his solar system. So, and a composting toilet. Both of them have wood finishes inside. Both of them set up fairly similar. They both have kitchens. The first one didn't mention a toilet though, so I don't know.
Would a
This one's got a
composting toilet even work for guys like you and me, Aaron, though? The amount of like nacho cheese and insane preservatives filled food we eat, is it really composting?
I don't know.
Just
Does
saying,
it compost?
If
It
I can
composts
put,
a little bit and the rest is plastic or what?
I can put McDonald's chicken nuggets and milkshake on the counter and they don't mold for 3 months and nothing happens to them. If I eat them and then it comes out, I'm assuming it doesn't change that fact.
No, I think that the bad stuff stays in your body and all the rest of the stuff goes through.
The preservative stays in my bloodstream. So I'll live forever
Yes.
then. Good.
Yeah. So this one's a super tough one, guys. They're
It's an easy
both
one
built
for me,
really
Aaron.
similar.
This is a
Okay.
super easy one for me.
Let us
and
know, and I
The
think I
first
know
one is
why.
legendary 7.3, right? Legendary. With only
Okay.
195,000 on it. There's some douchebag out there that'll be like, just barely breaking it in, you know? This next one's got the 6-liter power stroke. That's not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker. But he's tuned it. Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried. I don't like tunes on a 6.0. Then he put a new turbo in it. Now I'm really worried. And then he lists off all the other stuff he did, but he did not list off ARP head studs or new head gasket. So I will run from this 6-liter one straight to this older 7.5, and I will not think twice. Not even
7.3.
for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my choice as well, the 7.3. I definitely have experience with the 6.3 Power Stroke and the little sister motor to it, the 4.5 V6 turbo diesel that they put in international trucks. Loads of issues with them. My neighbor had a truck with this in it, and he had tens of thousands of dollars in that truck. So lots of people have issues with that 6.0 Power Stroke. So for me, it's a clear winner too. I do like the newer van has the 410 gears, but then I go and think about it, and how much are you really off-roading it that hard? 355s are probably good enough, and it'll get you 1 mile in a gallon better fuel economy probably on the highway. And these things weigh 12,000 pounds. So just a little bit might help.
Man, I really wish you could squash the two together. Then you'd have the perfect one. 'Cause
Yeah.
I do like the in the 6.0. It seems like it has better creature comforts. So it's got the hot water shower. I don't know if you noticed that on the back door.
Yeah.
It's got. I think the electrical is set up a little bit better to give you a little bit more capacity in your electrical. And it also has it's one of the portable ACs, but it has AC when you're camped. That would be nice. But yeah, I kind of have to agree with you guys on the 6.0. I'd definitely take the 7.3 over the 6.0.
Yeah, the powertrain has me worried. And they both have basically the same amount of miles on them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What would normally be our last category, the sky's the limit category, but I've got a couple bonus categories at the end. So the sky's the limit category, 61,000 plus. I picked a pair of Jeep Gladiator, 2011 Jeep Gladiators. So they're both very expensive.
Yes.
The first one is $106,000. Buy it now on eBay. The second one is $91,000. Buy it now on eBay. The first thing to jump out is one is a Rubicon, one is a Sport. But the Sport is diesel, which is, that's a big deal. People like the diesels.
Sport first.
I'm just talking about him in general. One of them is the Sport has a diesel, and the other one though has a Hemi swap. So let's talk about the Hemi swap first. There isn't much to talk about. I actually had to write all the stuff up for them because they didn't include hardly any information. It's got a 6.4 392 Hemi swap that only has 70 miles on it. It comes with a 3-year 36,000 mile warranty. Man, that's just crammed in there.
Does
it only has 70.
Who did his Hemi swap? Like him and his buddies do it, or
it doesn't say, but it looks like a shop did it. It looks like a shop did all the work. Terraflex suspension, Falcon shocks, 37s on 20-inch wheels, and the wheels are XD wheels. It's got a bed tire carrier. It's got custom bumpers front and rear, although the rear bumper doesn't look custom, but it did say it had a custom rear bumper.
Does it say how many miles are actually on the Jeep, not just the Hemi swap?
I think the dash showed 70 miles on the rig.
Oh,
I thought it had a dash photo in this one. I could be wrong. I might be wrong on that.
I mean, there is, but
there you go. It's getting 13.4 miles a gallon. I see 171 miles there.
Yeah.
At the very top. And at the bottom, it also said Trip A had 171 miles on it. So it's a yeah, so it's a Rubicon. Here's a big letdown. The custom front bumper has no winch, no place to put a winch, no cutouts for a winch, no nothing.
I think it's a sit on top winch bumper.
It didn't look like there was a plate to stick it on from any of the angles. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong on that one.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have a winch, and I'm not sure if it comes with the capability to put one on there. We'll find out. Jeremy's doing a quick search on it. Live on the air.
Was that the one? No, that one has a cutout for it. That's the winch, right? Although this might be a stubby. This makes for great radio. Yeah,
it does. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
See, it looks flat right on the top.
Yeah, but I mean, it sits right on top. Right there.
Okay. I'm going to just have to trust you.
It was the same one.
Okay.
Okay, keep talking.
Scroll through those pictures to the very front end picture. I'm still not 100% convinced here. There's one front end photo.
What you got here is just a Hemi swap Rubicon. Bumpers looks like a little lift, 37-inch tires. But I mean, other than the Hemi swap, this is what's leaving every dealer, right? I mean, 37s, bumper. We're just rolling this into the loan.
Very true. Very true. I think this one also has... No, this one didn't have those. Never mind. I'll get into that later. Yeah, it's expensive, and it's a year old. It's not a brand new. It's not a 2022. It's a year old. So new old stock, I guess. It's got good quality parts on it. Other than the wheels and maybe the front bumper. I don't know if it's a dealership that does these up or if it's some guy that had it built and then said, I guess I shouldn't have spent this much money. I need to sell it.
I'm gonna say that's a dealership. Like it has 100 miles on it. It's barely been driven. Like
So the front bumper is called a Deviate Off-Road Destroyer Shorty front
No,
bumper.
it's an LOD.
Oh, well, that's what it. Oh, I see the LOD right there. Here in the exterior features, it says Deviate Off-Road JLJT Destroyer Shorty front bumper with bull bar black powder coated,
Well,
and it says just
yeah, they got that
Yeah.
wrong. So the
you guys are
destroyer bumper is an LOD bumper.
you guys are like
Okay.
focusing a ton on a $800 bumper on a $100,000 rig. Like I don't know.
Is it even an $800 bumper?
Probably,
Oh, there it is right there. There
I'm
it is.
guessing that if you shopped around, you get it for $650. But
Yeah.
All right.
Coy's right.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. It's a lot of money, but let's compare it to the next one here. So this one is so that last one was a Rubicon. This next one is a Sport, but it's got the diesel motor in it, which is people like that. This one's lifted a whole lot more. It's on 40s. It says 2021 Gladiator on 40-inch tires. I'm getting the build sheet together. Too much to list. I hate it when people do that. Too
I'm
much to
noticing
list.
these axles. Can you zoom in on that? Like that's not a factory axle, is it?
I think it is a factory axle with an ARB cover. I don't know. Does it say anything about the axles, or was that in the too much to list category?
I'm sure that's in the too much to list. It says, I'll take pictures of it. It's a diesel, 6,000 miles, has never been off road. All the work has been done by, they spelled by wrong, a professional. He should have had a professional write his ad for him. She's a beautiful Jeep, fun to drive. There's a 5K stereo system in it also, all professionally done.
Oh, I see the speakers out the back. Classy.
Yeah, super classy.
I like how he has the speakers on the back so he can roll into camp and just ruin everyone camping within, 4 square miles.
Yeah.
It's nothing better than going out to get solitudes of wood and then have somebody camping half mile away that just loves country music.
Well, going on looks alone, I like the look of this one. It'd be easy to rip all that crap out of the bed. Doesn't have an angry girl on it. I like the light bar lights. I'm scared that it's on 40s. Are those Smitty built side steps?
No, those are I thought they were LOD. No, those are
Those
what I thought I
power
Yeah.
down step ones. For me, this is tough without actual build lists because if this just has plain stock axles on it,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have to replace those anyways, and like I might as well enjoy V8 swap. So it's kind of tough without a full build. At first, I was leaning towards this one because I thought he had built axles under it, and I was like, done and done. But if this doesn't have built axles, then I'm just going to go ahead and get the Rubicon, since all things being equal, and I'll have a giant gas guzzling V8.
Yeah, I mean this technically being a Sport wouldn't even have the good axles of a Rubicon underneath it.
Yeah, or lockers.
Oh, there's the photo. Go back one. The automatic deploying side steps.
Yeah.
As I was looking for Gladiators, 9 times out of 10, the Gladiators had these auto deploying side steps, which made me throw up in my mouth. I'm not kidding.
Well, I mean, what's the median age of a Gladiator owner?
Well, it says it right here in the ad, has never been off road.
I'm just saying, at a certain age, you're like, man, I could get myself in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Rubicon.
Okay.
Because I had the same thoughts as Coy when I was just looking at it in the show notes. I'm like, ooh, that sounds cool. Diesel with 40s. I was assuming on built axles for that price, but obviously not. Yeah, I just think that's just a much more capable one, unless you're willing to go in and axle swap this one, which I don't know why you'd buy. I don't know why you wouldn't start from scratch if you're going to axle swap it anyway.
Well, then you might as well axle swap. You're at even. You might as well axle swap the Rubicon one then, and at least you have a V8. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, for the price of this lesser model, you can afford to axle swap it and still be at the same price as the Rubicon version and have better axles.
What was the price difference on the reserves or whatever?
There's a $15,000 difference.
yeah, but I mean, you can buy the axles, and you'd still need at least wheels and tires, or wheels.
That's true. That's true. These wheels wouldn't bolt up. Yeah.
No, I mean, not if you're going to buy. I mean, if you're going to axle swap it, you're also going to
Yeah.
swap the
Yeah.
lug.
No, you're right on that. I didn't think about that.
And then you're also into it drive shafts at a minimum.
Here's my other deal: is like, are you going to take this out and wheel it, or can I just put some nice? I can get the Rubicon, put nice wheels and tires on it. It's got a V8, and that's on my tow rig. I'm going to tow my 2-door Jeep wherever I want, or my side to side, and I look super
Yeah.
cool doing it.
You tow your 99 Cherokee or your 2015 Polaris Razor with it?
Probably my 91 Land Cruiser that's beat all up. 7 different colors.
I don't know if it's these wheels or not, but it looks like it's got 8-lug wheels, unless that's just like a cover that fakes people out to make you think it's got 8-lug wheels.
Hold on, I closed it out. I can't tell because it's all black on black.
It is black on black. The one 3/4 shot from the rear on the driver's side is the best one that I found to look at that.
I don't know.
Those are
Yeah.
black Rhino wheels, and I think they just have a ton of fake bolts on them.
It could be. It could be that the center hub cap. See how it has spots for what would look like 8?
That's just.
You think that's is it a fake out? It's a fake out. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe it does have an axle swap in there, but
Well, if it's axle swapped, then I'm down with that one. If it's not, then I got to go with the Rubicon.
Yeah. This guy needs to get his build sheet together is what he needs to get. I know there's too much to list. He needs to start listing it though.
For
people aren't
you better list it.
Yeah, people aren't going to be buying this off of the internet. He says, please call. Can we call right now through the podcast live? Call that phone number. Let's ring him up.
I don't know how to do the phone.
Yeah, you're live on the show with the Off-Road Podcast. We want to know about your axles.
I could plug my phone into the board. Like, it's actually not that hard.
All right. Well, I didn't pick one yet. You guys both picked the Rubicon.
Yeah, but TBD after Coy's phone call to see if it actually swap axles.
If it had Rubicon axles underneath it, like Rubicon takeoffs with lockers, I would probably go with the cheaper one. If it was still on the sport axles, I'm definitely going to go with the more expensive Rubicon with the Hemi swap.
I mean, you could just go with the cheaper one and get takeoffs.
You could. That's a lot of work, though. Yeah. Well, our next category, I did not write anything under either of these. I thought this would be a kind of a fun one. This is military vehicles, this or that. So we've got a Unimog. So right there, that's a clear winner, right? You heard the name Unimog, so it must be the winner. Unimog U1300L. This is like the ugly stepsister of all the Unimogs.
Well, it's
there's only
the ambulance or the radio truck cab on the back.
Yeah, there's only one that's uglier than this one, and it's like the most current generation of Unimogs, where it's got the 7-foot tall windshield on the front of it with a slant nose. So this is what looks like a former military vehicle out of Asia somewhere. It's just a single cab, room for probably 3 people in it. And it's got an ambulance body on the back of it. It mentioned that it had fast axle and that it is turbo. So rare Unimog, turbo engine, fast axle, 23-9. I'm not sure what that means. It's got the performance package, so that means it's got 180 horsepower, 8-speed forward, 4-speed reverse, all-wheel drive, differential locks. It says that the Unimog is a rear-wheel drive vehicle, switchable to 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive locked, but it just said that it's all-wheel drive, so I don't know. I'm not sure what he's saying there. Basic overland setup with bed frame, freshwater tank, sink inverter, 2 basic batteries, diesel air heater, and table. Includes 2 new tires, miscellaneous parts. It's still located in Germany. Sorry, not in Germany, in Germany. Although it says that shipping, custom, and U.S. title is included in the price, so that's actually pretty dope. The price on this is $64,900, and it's got a snorkel. How can you lose? The next one is a Volvo Suga TP21. I got to drive one of these cars a couple years ago at MogFest down in Sheridan, Oregon, and I got to say, it was capable and it was a lot of fun. And this is way cooler looking than a Unimog. You will turn heads everywhere in this vehicle. If you parked it next to a Unimog, everyone will come to see this rig. So it's hard to describe what this looks like. It looks like a
This is what the Germans chase Indiana Jones in.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It looks like a 1930s Ford four-door coupe, but with a German Volvo mismatched front end on it. So, they only made 720 of them. It's got 73,000 kilometers on the clock.
30.
It is located in Denmark. But this one, it says all import duties, taxes are the buyer's responsibility. But this one's cheaper. It's only $49,000 compared to the $65,000 of the Unimog.
You could telework while on a road trip in this thing. Look at that desk.
with the and probably has the antennas on it too, so you can get your Wi-Fi. Eric wants to know if it's a Safari windshield, so I'm assuming it may be hinged. It looks, yes, it is a hinged windshield at the top. So this one doesn't give any specifics on the engine. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have 180 horsepower like the Unimog does, but it also probably weighs half as much as the Unimog. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think on these two.
I think I'd go with the Volvo just for the look. I think it looks really cool. Trying to get back to that first picture.
The Volvo's super cool looking. It looks like something the poachers and rescuers down under would be driving. Like,
yes,
like that people. I like it, but for the price, like, where are you going to get parts for this? I'm assuming nowhere. Everybody's going to think you're a Nazi. Like, I just see that and I'm like, oh, he's a bad guy. Like, it's super cool, but like unusable. Like, well, you going to go overlanding in this? Like, I would if I had it, I guess. But just the Mog is a Mog. Like, you can actually use it, whereas this is kind of a novelty. I think it's cool, but it's a $50,000 novelty.
You put a roof, you take the shovel and axe off of the roof and you put a rooftop tent on that bad boy. Look at the ground clearance on that. It's already got jerry cans on it.
Good. I
probably
can sit up when I'm looking at the part that I can't replace on the trail, like anywhere. Like I don't know.
It's probably, they're probably legitimate jerry cans from Germany.
Yeah. I like the spotlight that's on it. That's like, I don't know, super old.
Yeah. I mean, what happens if you break the engine? You had enough money to buy this. Now it's time to put some a Mercedes turbo diesel engine in it. Just, I don't know, live it up. What I'm confused by is it has 4 levers in the center console. And I remember it being tricky when I drove one at Mogfest, but I don't remember what all 4 levers do. So it's going to take some learning on how to drive this thing for sure.
Well, I mean, so is the Mog, to be fair.
That's true. The Mogs have a bit going on inside as well.
My old
Well-
neighbor was in World War II, and he thought pretty highly of these Volvos. He was in an armored division in World War II. Really liked them, and yeah, I guess he had the most armored kills in World War II, but he was one of the worst German mechanics ever, apparently.
I'm torn on this one because the Unimog is already set up with some overlanding stuff. But because I'm apparently rich enough to buy one of these stupid things, I'm definitely going with the Volvo. It's just so cool. I'm going with the Volvo.
I just imagine rolling up to a border crossing in any South American country and that. I just go, no.
Eric says if you go with the Volvo, be very careful with the shape of your mustache.
I would hold. If I see someone driving them one of these, I'm going to get friends. We're going to hold this guy down, kidnap him, and shave his mustache in the way it needs to be. And then
Except for just a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna take the ends off.
Do you think you could flip from the Axis to the Allies though if you just put a white star on the door? Kind of like the old Willys Jeeps?
Yeah, no.
No, you think people would they'd see through, they'd be like, yeah, he's a spy.
Yeah, that's
Trying to trick us. All right. Well, that was kind of a fun one I threw in there as an extra, but here is the actual bonus round. Please have a wastebasket ready, just in case you get a little queasy. I will not be responsible if you hit your head as you fall to the ground. Without further ado, we've got another pair of gladiators. These popped up as I was searching for gladiators, and I could not share them. They're both 6x6s, and they are mad. They are so angry.
I'd say they're grumpy.
Quick sidebar. Like, could we do some investigation on who at Fab Fours actually designed this
The grumper
bumper grill cover grumper thing, so that we can just mock him? Like, we can start up Facebook pages and stuff and just mock him, because like a lesson needs to be learned at some point.
His name is Chad, probably. It's Chad.
With Chadwick.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I can't think of it. Chad was just the first name that came to me. Sorry to all the Chads out there, including the friends I have named Chad, but I don't know.
Wow. Do we have to pick one of these?
Yeah, let's have to pick one. They both have the same grumper grill and windshield thing.
I'm trying to figure out if these were built by the same person, but I don't think they were.
So is there any information? Are any of these actually 6-wheel drive?
So one of them has more information than the other. So it's ready for 6-wheel drive. It's ready for 6-wheel drive, 40-inch tires. I do like it's Raptor lined and plum crazy. Fox 2.0 shocks. It's lifted 6 inches. It's got a custom truck bed sides. 37 inch. Wait, I thought it said 40-inch tires up here.
I thought it said ready to run 40s.
Extended body and reinforced frame up of 40 inches.
Oh, okay.
40-inch tires. It's on 37s with a 20-inch wheel. It's a diesel, getting 15 miles per gallon right now.
Wow. They've got 23 years of experience extending vehicles.
Yeah, he feels that 6-wheel drive is overkill. So this is somebody that builds these.
First person to make me a fair offer gets it. So it's listed it as 120,000 for the starting bid.
So the black one, the Sinister 6, as they call it, it actually has a Scat Pack 4.6 liter Hemi in it, 550 horsepower.
6.4 liter.
I said that backwards, did I?
Yeah. You're taking Ben's place on the podcast with your dyslexia tonight.
Yeah. Good. That actually hurt a lot. 9,500 pound winch, high output LED headlights. Because I mean, obviously, if you're driving this, you want to X-ray the person's in front of you's soul. Marine grade, and everything else is just trash.
Well, no. So you get to the bottom though, and it says proprietary drivetrain that seamlessly supplies power to all 6 wheels, allows driver to select from 4-wheel to 6-wheel drive, 8-foot truck bed, aluminum roll cage. Aluminum roll cage? That's not a roll cage then.
I mean, it can't be.
Do they do aluminum for roll cages?
I mean, you can. I'm sure he does.
These people do.
What I'm interested in is you're asking. So this black one with the Scat Pack motor, the current, is that the current bid or the opening bid? No bids. So the opening bid is $189,000.
No, this one is a buy it now only. This one doesn't have any bids. It's buy it now at 190,000.
Right. But like half their photos are like the same photo.
Uh-huh.
Like there's 3 of each photo and no photos of the interior.
Yep.
What's with people having these high dollar, I guess it's just these 6x6s Raptor lined. Like I don't want a Raptor lined vehicle if I'm paying $190,000 for it. I'm sorry. This one's got the textured paint as well.
Did you see it says Apocalypse everywhere? It's in the wheel wells.
Yeah.
It's on the hood. It's on the tailgate.
Yeah.
This is about the last vehicle I'd want to drive in the apocalypse, but
it's got those. It doesn't even have sliders.
These are really equally as disgusting. I mean, the purple one in a way looks better, but it's purple and sounds like it's not 6-wheel drive. The black one seems like it's 6-wheel drive and actually has a good sized motor in it. This is, man, puts me in a hard spot.
It's got a Smittyville winch.
Yeah, they cheaped out on a lot of stuff. Like you were zoomed in on the lights.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are Chinese LED.
Yeah, I think they're Chinese pods also.
I don't
if they
recognize that brand. Yeah.
This is like trying to choose between gouging your eye out with a fork or a screwdriver. Like, I don't know.
At least the paper comes off pretty easily. I'm also trying to figure out what the heck that bed is. Like
it's like half fastback sides, but not an actual fastback. Yeah.
No, yeah, they're just sides. It's wide open in the rear.
Why?
So maybe we need to change our thought process here. You just signed I need football terminology here. A contract with the Miami Dolphins as the starting run backer, and you're getting paid $22 million over 3 years. Which truck do you want to drive while you're down in Florida?
Neither.
No, you're a footballer. Footballers drive these things.
All right, here's how I'm going to decide this. Remember the video of the guys with the 6x6 Dodge truck that they try to jump, but just hit the face of the next jump?
Yeah.
I decided to do a parody video of basically the same thing.
Okay.
So first off, I need a 6x6, and these are my two options. In this scenario, it's tough for me because I feel like the purple one would look better crashing, but the power in the V8 of the black one could get me more airtime. You know what I mean? So still tough for me, but I'm going to have to go with the black one so that I can get it launched farther.
Okay, well that's definitely a perspective to have.
I'm gonna go with the purple one because it looks like I got to take less stuff off of it for it to be so not repetitive.
Are you going to do a frame shortening and everything? Like just put it actually back to top?
Yeah, pop one, remove an axle.
I would make a post with it like this, and then what it is now, and be like, cut 40 inches out of the frame. Just a reverse build sheet of back to a stock Gladiator.
What if you turned it into a 2-door Wrangler?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, you could actually build 2-door Wranglers out of it. It's got 4 doors and 7 tires. You're just 1 spare tire short of having 2 Wranglers and an extra axle.
Here's what I think you should do, Jeremy. You cut this in half and use that bed as an off-road trailer for your Jeep.
Oh,
that would be kind of cool. Expensive, but cool.
That would be kind of cool.
And then just put a pair of casters behind the front of this one.
You just part it out. Yeah, I don't know.
Or you just remove the bed and build a flat bed. Like all the Toyota pickup.
I say you just cut it off the frame and then take that and smash it into the wall of your basement so it looks like it's bursting through. And then take the motor out. You'll pop it up. You'll have a bar set up under the hood.
Yeah. Well, I'm picking the Black Gladiator, the Apocalypse Gladiator. I feel like it's a little bit better done. It actually is 6-wheel drive. It has 40-inch tires. It's got the Hemi swap. It still has some cheap
on axles.
It still has cheap junk on it. No, it's a proprietary drivetrain, is what they said. So I'm going to go with the black one.
Oh, do you think the axles are not just trash axles?
Oh, I have no idea. The front axle is probably a factory axle. The rearmost axle could also be a factory axle, and maybe it's just the middle axle that is their proprietary one. And proprietary just means that they customize it themselves. Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of proprietary stuff on my vehicles too.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So anyways, let us know what you guys saw this episode. It's a lot of chit chat. I'm really bummed about the first article or the first 2 vehicles not being able to pop up. That made me sad. But I thought it'd be fun to just kind of debate some things. Next time we'll pick some other different vehicles and see what we can come up with. So yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts on how that went?
Really left a bad taste in my mouth there at the finish. Like we could have opened with that. Worked our way down to the Land Cruiser and the Jeep.
That would have been a good one to start the debate and start things
off
on the right foot.
Yeah, like I have to go to bed in a few minutes, and that's the last.
That's the last thing you're going to think about.
Yeah, it just feels like I have chalk in my mouth.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's good. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming on tonight, and thank you everyone out there who's still tuned in, still listening and commenting. I had a lot of fun on this episode. I had a lot of fun digging these guys up. Let us know if you've come across a couple rigs that you couldn't decide on, if you should buy the Hyundai Santa Fe or the Honda Ridgeline. You weren't entirely sure which one you should have got. Let us know so we can make fun of you. I think that'd be great. We appreciate you guys listening, tuning in, sharing us with your friends. Don't forget to reach out to us about your patches, all your patch needs. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for helping us grow. God bless America.
Don't forget to visit Patriot Patch and join the Patch of the Month Club. Check out our Gaia affiliate link for up to 40% off. Also, don't forget to head over to Warren Medical Gear Outfitters and Colby Valve to see all their great gear. We're a proud part of the Firearms Radio Network. Got a comment or question? Send it to us through our webpage at firearmsradio.net or through our social media channels by searching for Off-Road Podcast. Also, you can listen to us live at overlandradio.com Mondays at 7 p.m. Pacific. When off-road, please remember to have fun, tread lightly, be safe, and courteous. Thanks for listening.
I feel like if you guys were rich footballers, you'd make some terrible vehicle choice.